Hey, what's up guys? My name is Pete.
And I'm Michelle.
And together we own a small business, Fuentes Photo and Video. We specialize in events, weddings, elopements, engagement shoots, and couple shoots.
Yes, and we are based in Miami, Florida. We are a husband and wife team.
And today's video is going to be about what's in our bag / kit. And this is going to cover both video and photography.
Please make sure to like and subscribe. We make videos every single Wednesday. And our videos are about photography and videography, owning a photography videography business, and being a husband and wife team. So let's get to the video. So we're gonna pop up some images of our camera bag. This is the Mozizo bag. We just got it, but we absolutely loved it. We used it at a wedding this past weekend. It's water resistant, it's hard. It also has like a cover.
It's got a hard cover.
Yeah, it also has a cover for the zippers so that the zippers don't ruin any of the equipment or any of the lenses, which I love. I thought that was such a cute little special detail. Cute. It also has some like pockets on the outside. It has like a pocket for a water bottle. It has a couple pockets for like SD cards and batteries, things you need to grab quick. So we love it. It organizes everything we need, keeps everything safe. Best camera bag we've gotten. So this is everything that is in our bag, everything we bring for a wedding, both photography and videography. First thing is our cameras.
Right, and for our cameras, guys, as you can see in the bag, we have a Sony a7 II. That's one of our backup cameras, guys, as well as the Sony a6000. That is a camera that we're only going to end up using if we have to, like if all of our cameras die out. But the two cameras that you do not see in this bag right now currently are the a7 IIIs that we carry. They're actually our main cameras. The cameras that you're seeing in the bag right now is the a7 II and the Sony a6000. But we only use the a6000 if it's like an absolute emergency, because obviously the sensor is completely different. And that's just like a backup on top of a backup on top of a backup. Yeah. You won't use that normally on a wedding.
It was one of our older cameras, but we just held on to it just in case.
Michelle actually learned how to be a photographer on the a6000, so there you go.
My little baby camera.
And also other items that we have in the bag. It's not on there right now because obviously we're using it to film right now, but the Tamron 28 to 75 2.8 millimeter lens, that is one of our go-to lenses for weddings, for anything really, engagement shoots, everything. It's a very versatile lens, or versatile lens, whatever you want to say. And we use it often. I really find it to be one of my favorite lenses, and Michelle actually likes it a lot too.
I do like it too, yeah. I used to be more into the close-ups, but I really have been liking this lens lately. I used it at the wedding this past weekend, and
it's great for the family shots.
Yes, we use it for the family shots all the time at weddings. It's also great for video.
Right, and for filming, it's fantastic, guys. I absolutely love this lens. It doesn't have OSS, it doesn't have optical steady shot, but it doesn't really matter because the Sony a7 III has IBIS built in, and I don't really care. Honestly, like between my gimbal that I use and the in-body stabilization that's built into the camera, I don't have a hard time getting stable footage at all. Another item we have, guys, that we normally put in the bag, we don't have it right now just because it didn't fit in the bag with the two Godox flashes that are in there, is the Tamron 70 to 180 f2.8. We just got this lens about 2 months ago when it first came out, and we absolutely love this lens, guys. I'm telling you, it's so sharp. It is an amazing lens.
Yeah, we used it actually this week at a proposal, and we were able to get really cool like zoomed in shots of the proposal while we were like hiding behind some trees. Right. It was perfect. We also used it at a wedding this past weekend. We love it for ceremonies because we can be behind all of the guests at the ceremony and still getting some nice zoomed in shots of the bride and the groom.
Right. And if you're a newer wedding photographer, and if you're introverted like I am, and Michelle's semi-introvert, I wouldn't say she's fully introverted.
I would say I'm half and half.
She's in the middle. If you're more like me and you're very introverted and you don't really like to be around people too much and on top of people, I recommend that you always carry at least a 70 to 200, or like we have a 70 to 180 millimeter lens in your kit if you're a wedding photographer. And guys, we also carry the kit lens, the Sony 28 to 70, as a backup, just in case our 28 to 75 is being used for something else, because since Michelle and I both do video and photo, or photo and video, we're hybrid shooters. Sometimes I'll have to have a wider angle, so I'll use the 28 to 70 kit lens if she's taking, say for instance, family shots.
The family shot.
So if she needs the Tamron lens, I'll go ahead and set up my equipment, set up my kit with the kit lens that comes with the Sony a7 III, and that will be my alternative for that moment. And also, it's just good to have an extra little backup wider lens, like from between that range of 28 to 70 or 28 to 75. Another lens here, guys, is the 50mm f1.8. I don't really use this lens too much. I used to use it a lot when we first started shooting, just because it's extremely affordable. I think it's like $199 or $250, somewhere around that price range. But we used to use it a lot just because you're able to get that, you know, that aperture of f1.8. And if you're in a dark situation, it really comes in handy. Sorry guys, I had to burp. Yeah, it's annoying. So yeah, we do use that lens sometimes, for instance, for video. Like if I'm in a situation where the ceremony is dark, or I'm in a very dark area, we'll switch over from the Tamron or from the kit lens to the 50mm 1.8. Only if I need it though. And honestly, I really like the look of the 50mm. I think between like a 35 and a 50mm, you get a really nice look. I think if you have both lenses, you don't even need a zoom. But I prefer the zooms for weddings just because it's a fast-paced environment, guys. And it's a lot easier just to be switching over to zooming in and zooming out than to be walking up and walking back. So
definitely. And as we've mentioned before, Pete is 6'4", so he really doesn't like to be in front of guests very much. He's a big guy. If he's standing in front of guests, they're not going to see anything that's happening in the ceremony.
Mutombo, out of the shot, come on!
So he really enjoys the zoom lenses just because he can get those wide shots, those zoomed in shots, everything from like behind the guests.
Right. And another lens, guys, that's in this kit is the 85mm f1.8, and that is our absolute favorite lens for pretty much anything. I'd say, like for
we love
for weddings, for engagement shoots, just for portraits, anything like that. It is absolutely the best lens. I think it is, in my honest opinion. That's the only lens you need if you're doing portraits.
Yeah, like if you're starting out, definitely get an 85 because we absolutely love it.
You will not regret it. And the next items are microphones, guys. This is more for video. So I just recently got the Movo VXR10. That's the mic I'm using right now. I recently got that not that long ago. I absolutely love it, guys. It's fantastic. I honestly think it's the best bang for your buck. I know I'm always saying this in my videos, best bang for your buck. But I really do love it, guys. For the price, it's pretty hard to beat. It's $39.99. It was between that and the Rode Mini. The reason I picked the mini mics, guys, is because we are on a gimbal most of the times, and I do want to minimize weight. I don't want to have the heaviest equipment on my gimbal, because the payload on my gimbal, I don't want to exceed the limit, obviously, because then I can't use it. And we're actually using the Movo VXR10 right now, so just from this example, you'll get to see if the mic is good or not.
Sound good?
Another item, guys, is the Lav Mic that we use. We use this on our efficient, obviously, or even if we're just filming our couples saying their vows, if I want to add it onto video, is the Tascam DR10L or DR10-10L. We use that one. I really like this mic. It's very small. It has actually a lot of safety, so you don't shut it off, which is fantastic. You don't want your mic shutting off during a ceremony or during whatever.
That would be a nightmare. Right.
And it's tiny and compact. It's great, guys. I recommend it if you don't have one yet. If you don't have a Lav Mic yet, pick up one of those. They're great.
We usually put this on the efficient during a ceremony because it could pick up the bride and the groom both saying their vows. So it's perfect for the ceremony.
And we also use the Tascam DR5X. This is a recorder. We set it up on the DJ stand, guys, so we can get any of that audio that's coming in. It comes in handy. It's just a good safety procedure or safety measure to have just in case you have issues with your audio later on. I like to have at least 3 forms of audio. I said this in our previous video. So we have one on the camera, which is a shotgun mic. We have a lapel mic or a lav mic on the Efficient or whoever. And we also have the recorder on the DJ stand just in case.
We also use this mic for the reception during the speeches because usually they're using the mic that the DJ provides, so it just records everything that the DJ stand is picking up.
And now guys, let's go back to our photography gear. We do use two flashes. We use the Godox V1s, the S models for the Sony cameras. So we use two of those. We don't have more than 2 batteries, honestly guys. We don't use it that much. Those flashes are also capable of doing off-camera flash, so we can use them for that. I haven't really had to yet really use too much off-camera flash just because a lot of the ceremony areas we've done are pretty small, so we didn't really need like crazy coverage.
So we really only like to use flashes for the reception. Usually when it's dark, you know, the DJ turns off all the lights. But this weekend I actually had to also use it for a party bus. Our couple had hired a party bus to take us from their getting ready location to the first look location to the ceremony reception location, and it was a very dark party bus. So the flash definitely comes in handy. If I didn't have a flash, I would have been in trouble.
And yeah guys, I don't really like using flash too much. I like the look without the flash, but
yeah,
there are times that you need to have flash.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a wedding photographer, or even if you're doing engagement shoots, sometimes it gets a little too dark in the area and you have to light it up a little bit. Another item we have guys is the Godox X Pro S. I haven't really had to use this too much yet just because, like I said earlier, I haven't had a venue that was so big where I needed to set up off-camera flash, but it is fantastic. When you need that, you just set it up and have it on the channel that you need it on, and you can set up multiple flashes. I don't know the exact number, I don't remember, don't quote me 100%, but I know that you could at least set up at least somewhere between 3 or 5, or maybe even more, I don't even know. I do recommend you have this on your list as well for off-camera flash. You can use any system you want. Godox or Godox, whatever it's called, is the system that we happen to be using. So definitely grab yourself one of those if you can, learn it, and it'll come in handy in the future. Another item in our kit, guys, is the Zhiyun Weeble S. That is one of my favorite items on the list. I absolutely love that thing. Once I started using a gimbal, it was just like a complete game changer. I don't want to go back to like a monopod or a handheld, even though I do like shooting handheld a lot. But man, I tell you, like, it is amazing. Like, once you have the income to grab yourself a gimbal, go ahead and get it. You will be very happy with your purchase. It has a payload of 6.6 pounds, which is fantastic. I can put my mic on there. I can even put a screen if I want on top of that. So normally my kit on the Zhiyun is a 28-75 Tamron, my A7 III, and my mobile mic, shotgun mic, the mini one. That's normally what my kit is like. I do plan on grabbing a monitor, an external monitor, just because I didn't even realize that the Zhiyun Crane Weeble S can carry so much on it when I got it. I just knew that it could handle the A7 III and multiple things on it, but now that I know that, I'm gonna grab an external monitor and my setup is gonna be fantastic and I can't wait.
It's also gonna help us here with YouTube because we can't see ourselves right now.
Oh yeah, the monitor will, you know.
It'll be nice to have the monitor to actually see ourselves while we're filming a YouTube video, because sometimes we go to edit our videos and we're like, why are we so close to the camera?
Right. And the A7 III unfortunately doesn't have an articulating screen, but I can manage without that. I mean, it's one of the things I don't like about it, but no camera is perfect, and I really like this camera even though it doesn't have that. It doesn't bother me that much.
It's not like our main priority, so all the other aspects of the camera are like totally make up for not having that one
Exactly.
aspect.
As far as our work goes, as far as our workflow goes for weddings, it's fine. For YouTube, obviously for vlogging or like what we're doing right now, we would like an articulating screen, obviously. So Sony, get on top of that. The next item on our list, guys, is a monopod. It is a newer, or I don't know what it's called. This monopod is made out of carbon fiber. The model is a
T222C.
I haven't had too much use for it just yet. It does look sturdy built, guys, and I really can't wait to use it. I'm sure it's gonna come in handy eventually at some point. It's really just there just in case my gimbal gives out, like, I run out of batteries or it takes crap on me. And it's also useful for the next shooter that I have, like if I have an assistant that day, they can use the monopod as well. So it's definitely something that you should have in your kit. We also have, like I was saying earlier, guys, our LED lights, the Newer's CN216. So we have 2 of those. They're about, I believe, somewhere between $40 to $50. Don't quote me 100%. This was years ago when I bought them, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. And those come in handy often. I'm using one of them right now, and I think everybody should have one. You're definitely gonna need LED lights at some point during a ceremony, reception, speeches, whatever it is. You're gonna need the LED light. So make sure you grab at least 2 of them.
We usually use them for the reception and for video. Because like we said, we have the flashes for photography, so they're usually there for videography.
And back to that, guys, our stands, we mentioned them last week in our previous video, the 9-foot stands. Those come in handy for multiple reasons, obviously. For the same thing, for receptions, for ceremonies. You want to have that ability to go all the way up to 9 feet, just so you have that range. I would definitely have this in my kit as well. Even though Newer is a little bit cheaper, guys, I still find the stands to be well built and sturdy. So don't be scared just because they're not the most expensive ones. These are actually great for the price.
Yeah, they're very heavy
Right.
and very sturdy.
Exactly.
They're not gonna topple over.
We also have an Amazon Basics tripod. We rarely use it, guys. We do use it, guys, to film the ceremony. And it's perfect. If I need a secondary camera, just filming the entire ceremony while I'm running around with my gimbal, it's good to have. It's not the heaviest it's not the heaviest tripod, but it is a tool that you will have to use eventually. So I do recommend to have a tripod as well. You don't need to have the best tripod either, guys. It depends. It all depends on what you're doing. For what we use it for, we don't need the best tripod.
Yeah, we just like to have like a stationary camera for the ceremony, just so that we're recording the entire ceremony for our couples. But that's really all we use it for in the wedding. We don't use it for anything else.
Well, we do use it for YouTube.
And for the YouTube videos, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We do use it for the YouTube videos as well.
Yeah, we're currently using it right now. We're using Newer light. We're using our A7 III as well.
But if you're looking for equipment to bring to a wedding, yeah, like we really only use it once during the whole wedding day.
Absolutely. The next item, guys, is a power bank. It's a NECTEC power bank. We got this actually Christmas of 2019.
I think so.
Yeah, it was 2019. It was one of our cousins that, what was it, a white elephant?
Yeah, we do like we used to do Sacred Santa, but now we do white elephant with all my cousins. I have like a million cousins. So we have a $25 limit, and we just buy something that's up to $25 and we exchange it. We ended up with this power bank as a Christmas gift, and it was the best Christmas gift we've ever gotten. Thank you, Kyle.
And guys, it really comes in handy, especially if you have to charge your batteries, your flash batteries or your camera batteries. It's amazing, guys. Like, it'll literally charge up maybe like 4 Sony batteries. I haven't tried 4, but I honestly think it can do it. I've charged 2 Sony batteries at once and a Godox flash, and it handled it no problem. The Godox flash batteries are huge. So I absolutely recommend this. You're gonna need this in your kit.
Obviously, everything should be charged before you get to the wedding, but this is just kind of there as a backup, just in case.
Definitely. And obviously, guys, this is something everybody needs to carry on them, which is a bunch of batteries. We have 10 batteries for our Sony A7s total, and we do have 6 Sony A7 II and Sony A6000 batteries as well. So you have to have a good amount of batteries on you guys. We were able to actually do a whole wedding with only 1 battery each this past weekend, which is freaking amazing. I didn't think I could actually do that, but we did an entire 6-hour wedding.
Yeah, even though we were able to do a whole wedding with only 1 battery, I would have been freaking out if we didn't have extras.
Right.
So always make sure that you have extras. It's honestly, you can never be too prepared for a wedding day.
Right. Definitely, guys. Over prepare for a wedding. It doesn't matter if you have extras. It's just, you have to do this because you cannot screw up on a wedding day. And that's what makes wedding days hard.
Yeah, it makes it really hard and stressful. And we have had batteries crap out on us before.
Right.
Not on wedding days. That hasn't happened to us yet.
Thank God.
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
But it has happened to us before. So you got to make sure that you have enough, just in case. Backups.
Backups on top of backups on top of backups. And guys, of course, besides batteries, you need a ton of SD cards. We have, as you can see here, a multitude of them. We actually have about over 1 terabyte of SD storage total. that we carry on us, just in case. I mean, it might seem like it's overkill, but a 10-hour day filming video in 4K, it could definitely take up a lot of room. So I recommend that you have a ton of SD cards. Some people I've even heard don't even throw out their SD cards. They clean out their SD cards. They keep the SD cards just for a specific wedding, which I think is a little excessive. But hey, if you want to be safe, go ahead and do that.
Yeah, you can never be too safe.
Right.
Next week, we're actually going to talk about our whole workflow and what we do with the SD cards and how we back up everything. But yeah, we do end up clearing out our SD cards, but we don't do it till a little bit later.
Right, until we're done with some of our shoots, until we've delivered some of our work. But obviously, we do have a backup in a hard drive as well.
One thing I really love is this little SD card holder that we have, just because I'm like super organized. And they're so small, you can really like lose them if you don't keep them organized in this giant backpack that we have. So having them in this little clear organizer holder is perfect for us.
And another couple of items, guys, that I have on me normally is just a little cleaner here for the lens. Obviously, you should always have one of these. Don't use your shirt, don't use any other material that isn't this material to clean lens. So this material is specifically for glass. So do not use your shirt, you might actually ruin your lens. And I have also something else that I carry on me always, which is a little tool, which is a Swiss Army knife. It's just good to have, guys. It has obviously multiple things as a knife. It has a bottle opener. We have a little screwdriver there and a can opener, as well as a flathead right here and a bottle opener too, right here, just to open up some bottles, a wire cutter, just little things. It's just good to have these little tools. Also, you have here a saw, which I thought I would never have to use, but I actually had to use this one time during an engagement shoot to cut out a letter for a shot of a prop. So always have something similar to this, guys, something a useful tool like this that'll help you out. I love carrying this. I think this has come in handy so many times. Another little item that we carry, guys, it's a little dust blower. It's just to get any debris out of my lens or anything. If I get any sand on my camera, which obviously I really try not to, because it is the biggest enemy of any electronic system.
But we live in Florida.
Right.
And we do a lot of beach shoots.
Right.
We actually got married on the beach.
Right.
So it's kind of, and sand gets everywhere.
Right.
So we do like having this tool just to clean everything up.
Yeah, so I recommend having one of those in your kit. Just in case, just to clean up things, just so you don't have sand getting inside your lens, ruining your lens, and so you don't have sand on your glass anywhere on your lens. So these are little extras, guys, that we don't really carry in our bag that we have in our car, which is a reflector / diffuser, also a clear umbrella just in case it gets rainy out.
Yeah, again, we live in Florida. It rains like every day.
It's bipolar.
So
weather.
it's nice to have an umbrella, a cute umbrella, just in case we need to do photos outside and it's raining. We actually had a whole engagement shoot the other day that was in a thunderstorm, and thank God we had this umbrella.
And guys, another thing that most people have on them are phones. Obviously, Michelle and I communicate to the phones. We text each other or we call each other when we have a wedding, for instance. If she needs to let me know that the bride is on her way or that the groom's on her way or whatnot, any situation like that, we'll call each other and we'll communicate, and we'll be able to coordinate that day much better. So.
Yeah, like recently at this wedding we were just at, they wanted one of the photographers on the party bus with them. So I was on the party bus the whole time and Pete was driving, heading to the locations ahead of us. So we were just in contact the whole time. It's important to be in contact with your team the entire wedding day. Eventually we do want to get like little walkie-talkies in our ears so that we can just communicate at all times.
Right.
But for right now the phones are working.
Right. Thanks again, guys, for watching. We will be back next week, Wednesday, hopefully. I think this one might come out Thursday, guys. So we're filming on Wednesday today, and it has taken a really long time to finish this video, so you might get it tomorrow on Thursday.
We're trying to get used to how busy we're getting, which is a
really
blessing.
Yeah.
But we need to get better with our schedule.
Definitely. So guys, thanks again for watching. Please subscribe. Please like, comment. If you don't like us, dislike us. I don't care. Actually, hit the dislike button twice, like Geraldine Dunn always says. So do that for me. And we'll see you next week, guys. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Peace out.